So when should you rent or buy in Torrevieja? And I'm going to focus on Torrevieja because other areas might be slightly different, but I wouldn't say they're miles off if they're tourist orientated. The reason I say that is quite simply it's all the supply and demand. People coming in the exit and another one coming in the exit. Obviously can't read the signs. Fantastic. Okay, hurry up. I'm not going to say welcome. All right, well, welcome to Spain. Two signs, one on either side, saying that it's the exit. Don't come in here, and then two cars do it. Anyway, yeah, back on topic. Now, yeah, other areas might be slightly different in the sense that some people live up in the mountains, some people live near ski resorts, some wherever. So they're not going to be functioning around the beach in the sun. So those areas will have a different tourist time, or they won't have any tourist time at all. But here in Torrevieja, you'll find the properties rise during the summer seasons because everyone comes here in holiday mode and says, you know what, wouldn't it be lovely to stay here when we retire, or wouldn't it be good to come and live here? So there's about 4% difference in price between buying in the summer and buying in the winter. So it's pretty obvious, buy in the winter. Now, the next question would be when to rent. Well, it's very similar because I've had a couple of people ask me about can I find them a long-term property in Torrevieja. Well, to be honest, in Torrevieja itself, the town bit, you will find some. But where people are actually asking in La Mata, you ain't got a hope. The problem you get is a holiday rental for 2 or 3 months pays as much as a year rental. So what happens is they stop renting them long term if there's nobody in it already, because what happens is they'll get a couple of lets during the summer season and then they'll rent it long term after that, or just be holiday season or family use only. So it's quite limited to what's available in La Mata. But even worse, during holiday season, if you are looking in La Mata, I would start probably September and just keep an eye out because they are difficult to find. And there was an interesting thing that came up the other day, April mentioned, around the rental agreements, because it's in Spain, don't quote me on this though, it's something to research. They're talking about, or already have brought in a law, that if you're a long-term tenant in the sense of you have an annual contract, I'm not talking about holiday rentals, I'm not talking about a short-term rental, that you've got a right to stay in that property for up to 5 years, regardless of what the other contract says. So that's worth looking into, because one of the things I've mentioned before is agents will like it month 7 or month 11 or whatever, suddenly say, oh, the owner wants to sell the property. And then sometimes you find out that no, they didn't, and they were completely unaware that the agent had thrown you out is because they only got the fees on the first year, or they've done it twice in a year, so they get fees twice. Just be aware of those types of things. Myself, I'd rather just have a fixed contract sort of set up where we do like we do. We maintain the properties. In the sense of like somebody's got a problem with the toilet system at the moment, we'd actually turn around and arrange for the plumber, or even do it ourselves sometimes. And if it's not any parts involved and it's only about an hour, then it's within the monthly fee. But we deal with all the contracts and everything for people, so you know they don't have to worry about it. We simply take care of it. The same as if there's something broke, we'll take a picture of it, tell them what's wrong with it, and ask them do they want to replace it. But anyway, back on tangent. So yeah, if you want to rent in La Mata, you want to start looking around September when properties become available, because people start thinking, oh, I could do with somebody moving in here now the holiday season's finished. What sort of rents do you pay? Well, if you're right on the coast here where we are, La Mata, you'll see some people advertise even at £600, €600 a month for a two bedroom. But if you go to San Luis, you can find some for about $250, $300 for a 2 bed. Now don't get me wrong, you can get 2 beds for that sort of money in La Mata. It's just there ain't a lot of them. But going in a little bit further inland, there's more opportunities. The same as you got Santa Pola a bit further up. It's a bigger place along the coast. Well, it's a different type of development, I suppose. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, if you want it to work, I would say there's more opportunities up at Santa Pola for a start. And then if you head up to Alicante, you can find some cheap places as well. Now, some people have been asking how some people can sell apartments for 19,000 up in Alicante. To be honest, I don't know that area too well. So I would need some input from some people up there. You know, is there a problem with drugs, crime, or is it quite simply that they've got too many apartments? Because here in La Mata, when we first moved here, I was talking to Igor, there was an apartment sold for 28,000. Only a 1-bedroom, borderline 1-bedroom studio. It had a wall, so it was 1 bedroom. But the point being is, you could have got one for 28,000 here. That same one now will be about 40,000, or even 50. Simply because the cheaper end of the market, there's a shortage of properties under 50k. There's a shortage of properties under probably 60, 70k in La Mata. But that gets onto something that a friend of ours was talking about the other day as well, about properties a bit further down in Torrevieja. The new properties aren't selling as well as the older properties, because it's mainly the Brits that are buying the older properties because they're cheaper. I wouldn't say the market's going down. I'd say the markets remain stagnant, and the new properties are priced quite expensive in my opinion. So you look at the comparison between a 2-bedroom new and a 2-bedroom old, and you might actually sit there and go, oh well, look, that's a big difference in price. Well, the fact is, the new property is got a mythical figure on it. The old property is still the similar price to when the market dropped. So bear that in mind, because it's not as if you're looking at a market comparison in the sense of why a property is going up or down in an area. It's not so cut and dry here. It's a little bit peculiar in that sense, but it is what it is. The other question is renovations. How much do it cost to renovate? I'll stick my neck out here a bit. For a 2-bedroomed basic apartment, would it, Torrevieja area or La Mata area, they're not big apartments, with a new kitchen, bathroom sorted, everything redone, brought up to date, I'd say around 10,000 euros, approximately. It can be up or below that. I mean, this is where the problem is when people ask me these questions, because they say, yeah, well, we don't want the MDF worktop, we want marble. Well, obviously marble's more expensive, so these are the sort of things that jump the prices up. But at the same time, realistically, I think a 10,000 euro budget could get you new electrics, the plumbing sorted, the bathroom sorted, the kitchen sorted, and probably painted throughout as well. So that gives you something to work with. But anyway, thanks for watching.